All right, lead hand only chips is the drill of the week. I think this is such an underrated skill. This applies to full swing iron shots as well if you're really trying to hit that driving compressed shot with a little bit of forward shaft lean. This is how we do it. So the way this lead hand has to function, this lead forearm has to function, is really important, and it's something that people don't pay enough attention to. So we're out here on the 18th hole, kind of in this collection area between the bunkers in front of the green. And this can also get a bit wet if we have a bunch of rain or if we've overwatered. So in this area, I watch people get really nervous and they'll almost kind of default to using a putter if they don't feel like they can execute a good chip shot. Or I watch people's chipping technique become this really far back in your stance with the golf ball and the club, really far forward with the handle, and this really strong grip, and people just kind of default to driving their hands forward without any movement of their wrists and their arms. It's functional, but it really limits your ability to hit a higher shot, to hit a softer shot, to hit something that comes out with a bit more spin. So you have very limited options. Let's teach you how to use your lead hand appropriately so you can open up this world of possibility as far as hitting multiple different shots around the green. So I say that this is like using a swivel. I don't necessarily have a better way to explain what happens in two different directions at the same time here. If I isolate this where my elbow is not moving, in this short game shot, I'm looking for a bit of forearm roll where on the backswing, my watch starts to move towards the camera, and then on the way down starts to work towards the target. And then there's also an element of hinge, and my thumb is applying some downward pressure. When I put those two things together, I am now hinging this club and also getting some forearm roll. And if I then undo those things on the way down, it allows me to really start to get this club working into the turf without digging the leading edge in, coming in really steep, really aggressive. And it also keeps me from too much handle drag. So that handle drag would be me really pulling the hands and the arms towards the target. That's where people blade a lot of shots and send them kind of scooting across the green. So why this swivel is important, other than the obvious, it helps low point consistency down to the ground. It also guarantees that you are now delivering this energy of this club into the impact zone. So you can see as I start to swivel, all I've done is keep my forearm and my wrist moving, and it allows me to bring this club back to the same spot over and over and over. Well, if I now add that with an element of body turn, you've created this really nice chip shot technique where we are swivel into impact and turn. You'll watch really good chippers of the golf ball. After they hit the golf ball, it looks like their hands and their club head finish in a perfect line, and their body is starting to turn towards the target. Well, the way that we've done that is swivel to impact, rotate to target. You put those two together, and it's that nice hands forward driving chip shot that we're all looking for. So train that with just the left hand. Let's see what we do here. This is not the easiest thing to do well. The guys on TV make it look very easy. I would tell you with some reps you can get really good at this. I don't practice this enough, so it's probably not something we're going to execute very well right now, but I feel a lot of kind of swivel down into the dirt, almost kind of diving this club down into the ground, and then a little bit of belly rotation towards the target. Kind of that nice driving chip shot that we're looking for. This isn't going to stop you from taking a divot. It's not designed to. I want you to take some dirt here. A steeper angle of attack, feeling like this club is approaching and getting golf ball first and then taking dirt, is exactly what we are trying to do. I'm trying to avoid this. I hate watching that club dive into the dirt and the golf ball kind of flub 2 or 3 feet in front of you. And then people get so nervous that they start to drag the handle or pull out the putter. Get really good with these left-hand only chips. You're going to watch your strike consistency improve. You're going to watch your distance control get better because you're hitting the golf ball on the club face in the same spot over and over. That's going to make you a way better short game player. Give this a shot. It'll help. Take care.